Welcome to Module 1, I'm pregnant, now what? When you first find out that you're pregnant, you are overcome by so many different emotions. Don't let the fact that you have a nervousness about sharing this information with your employer overshadow such a beautiful time in your life. In this module, we are going to discuss when do you disclose your pregnancy to your employer, who is the first person in the organization that you should disclose your pregnancy to, how do you disclose your pregnancy to your employer, when do you advise human resources that you are pregnant? How do you navigate disclosing your pregnancy if you're the founder or the owner of the business? And how do you respond if you have a coworker that reaches out to you and they ask you if you're pregnant and you're just not ready to disclose that information to anyone yet? So the ideal time to disclose your pregnancy is right after you have ended your first trimester and you feel comfortable in the beginning part of your second. The first person in the organization that you're going to disclose your pregnancy to is your direct supervisor. Regardless of any working relationships that you have built in the organization, it is always ideal to start with your immediate supervisor. In disclosing this information to your supervisor, you want to make sure that you do this in a one-on-one conversation. So you don't want to send them an email, you don't want to send them a text, but you want to schedule a one-on-one time to talk. If you and your supervisor have regularly scheduled meetings, feel free to add that in as a final topic of your meeting. If you and your supervisor don't have regularly scheduled meetings, schedule a time with them to disclose this information. In disclosing this information to your supervisor, you just want to be brief. You just want to let them know that you are expecting, when your due date is, and that you will be working with human resources to create a maternity leave plan in your third trimester. Once you've disclosed this information to your supervisor, you can share this information with anyone in the organization that you choose. The ideal time to disclose this information to human resources is right after you tell your supervisor. That is so that your human resources professional or department can let you know of any support or resources that are available to you during the actual pregnancy. You can disclose your pregnancy as late as the third trimester with human resources, and they can help you create your maternity leave plan, but you don't want to miss out on any type of available benefits that are available to you during the pregnancy. If you're the founder or the owner of the business, disclosing your pregnancy does require a couple extra layers. The first person that you want to disclose your pregnancy to is the president of your board of directors if you report to a board of directors. You want to reach out to your board president, schedule a time to talk with them once you are also ending your first trimester and comfortably in the beginning of your second. In that meeting, you're just going to disclose to them that you are pregnant, your due date, and that you will be working with human resources to create a maternity leave plan in your third trimester as well. If you don't report directly into a board of directors and you do report into a CEO or another founder, you're going to use the exact same process. Ensure that you're not sending this via email or text, but that you are actually having a one-on-one personal conversation. Once you've disclosed this information to who you directly report to, you want to make sure that you disclose this information to your direct reports. In disclosing this to your direct reports, you want to make sure that you are disclosing this in a one-on-one conversation with each of your direct reports. In your disclosure, you're going to follow the same model. You're just going to let them know that you are pregnant of your due date and that you will have a maternity leave plan in place. In your conversation, you're there to provide them a reassurance that they will have the support that they need while you are out on your maternity leave. Once you've disclosed this information to your direct reports, you are free to disclose this to the rest of the organization. Usually, it's ideal to do this within a couple of weeks after you disclose this information to your direct reports because of the role that you hold in the organization. In disclosing this to your organization, you just want to be brief. You want to send an email out and just let employees know that you are expecting, provide them with your due date, and that you will have a maternity leave plan in place so that they have the proper resources and support while you are out. What do you do if you have a coworker that approaches you and asks you, "Are you pregnant?" and you're just not ready to disclose that information to anyone yet? Let your coworker know that that question makes you uncomfortable and that you don't think that that is an appropriate question to ask someone. Leave it at that. This is your journey. You determine how you disclose this information.